everybody, this is Rabbitearsblog and welcome to Requested Videos Week. Today's movie review is on one of the most underrated films of all time, and that's Rock and Rule. This video was requested to me by the Qualified Channel, and if you want to check out their channel, the link to their channel is in the description box below. Also, I have been meaning to review this movie for a long time now, but I never had the chance to watch this film, but now I finally did, and here goes my review on this film. Rock and Rule was an animated film that came out in 1983 and was created by the Canadian animation company Nelvana, who is responsible for creating popular shows like Care Bears and Beetlejuice the Animated Series. Now, before I get into what I loved and hated about this film, I would like to give out a brief summary on this film. The movie takes place in the post-apocalyptic United States as mutated animals are the only surviving race due to World War III happening. The story is about how Mock, an evil former rock magician, wanted to unleash a powerful demon upon the world, but in order to do that, he needs to find the perfect voice that can awaken the demon. So Mock heads to Town, where he spots a rock band that consists of members Omar, Angel, Dizzy, and Stretch. And after Mock hears Angel's beautiful singing voice, he decides to kidnap her so her voice could awaken the demon. Now it's up to Omar, Dizzy, and Stretch to save Angel before it's too late. Alright. I will admit that I have never heard of this movie before in my entire life, despite the fact that I had seen other 80s animated movies like Fire and Ice and The Last Unicorn. But when the Qualified Channel requested me this movie, I just had to check out this film and see what it was all about. Well, I actually enjoyed this movie much more than I thought I would, since I had never heard of this film before. I really like the fact that this story takes place in a dystopian future, even though we're starting to see many films in modern times take place in dystopian futures. And it was interesting seeing the futuristic cars and technology that occupies this world. I also love the plot of this movie, as it uses rock and roll music to carry the plot of the story, the plot being that Mock needed the perfect singing voice to awaken the demon to wreak havoc on the world. It really brought so much creativity to this film, and I really enjoyed listening to the music that was being used in this film. My favorite song being Earth, Wind & Fire's song, Dance, Dance, Dance. The characters are pretty interesting for this film, my favorite character being Mock, who is the evil rock magician who wants to awaken the demon, and his appearance of having white long hair and a menacing face really brought out his villainy in this film. I really love the animation of this film, as it was quite well done for the time. It was released in the early 80s. And the characters all move so fluently that I was mesmerized by the whole animated musical sequences. Now, here were some issues I had with this film. For one thing, I felt that the plot might be a bit too odd for some viewers since it involves an evil rock magician trying to resurrect a demon. Why? We're not exactly sure, although Wikipedia told me it was because he wanted revenge on everyone who rejected his music. Also, I wanted more character development with the characters, especially Omar, Angel, Dizzy, and Stretch, since I felt that they were just thrown into the movie for the sake of having a plot. It would have been interesting to see how the dystopian world affected the characters, and why Mock would consider releasing a demon onto the world in the first place. Rock and Rule is rated PG, and even though the reason for the rating wasn't officially given, I'm going to safely say the reason was for some nudity, mild language, some scary images, and some drug and alcohol use. Even though this film is animated, this is clearly not a film for very young children, and it was interesting in seeing the controversy that this film has suffered through when it was first released due to the adult content being presented in this film. This was probably the reason why this film was barely released worldwide, hence making this film not very well known among the viewers, including myself. Overall, I give Rock and Rule an 8 out of 10. Despite the fact that the plot might be a tad confusing and I wish that there was more character development being done in this film, I actually enjoyed the over-the-top fantasy plot of this film, and I love the way that the rock and roll music wrapped up into the plot of this film. I do think that this film was underrated, and I think that fans of 80s music would definitely enjoy this film. Well, that's my movie review on Rock and Rule, and be sure to check out more of my videos in the future. This is Rabbitearsblog, and I'll see you later.